this band has returned to Chicago. 4 sold-out shows at Metro. Please welcome your band, Alkaline Trio.
What's up, Chaw?
Hi.
I'm gonna wear my shades if that's okay.
How rad is all this stuff? The people that do this? That's pretty
Give
sweet.
him a hand. Give him a hand, people. Made it all pretty. Brought a phone. If that thing rings, run.
So what do you guys think coming back here? Here I am.
Hi.
Hey, James.
Hi.
Hi.
So what does it feel like coming back to town, playing Metro, 4 sold-out nights? What does that feel like as the conquering heroes, the returning heroes?
It's amazing. It's crazy.
I said last night that it never stops being surreal. It really doesn't.
And Joe, the beautiful person who owns the Metro and has for years, he let us know, we had no idea, but when we were booking these shows, he said these are going to be 42 through 45. So when you finish this weekend, you'll have played at the club more than any band ever in the history of the club.
And they've been around.
And that says a lot about the owner of the club.
And Chicago fans.
Yeah, and the fans, obviously, but he's that cool of a guy that he keeps track of that shit and was excited about it, and we had no idea.
Can we talk a little bit about the early days coming up in Chicago?
Sure, yes.
So
As much as I can remember.
that period of like mid-'90s, late '90s, it's kind of romanticized now.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like coming up in that period?
Very
Making your way
romantic.
through the scene?
Well, I started going to shows in 1988, so I was about 11, when Metro was called the Cabaret Metro, and was a lot dingy, a lot dicier than it is now. Let's say that. It was definitely, truly punk rock, as was the punk rock scene. There was a big skinhead scene. Mostly anti-racist skins. There was a black skin crew called the Shock Boys, Skinheads of Chicago, and there was a Dunkin' Donuts that may or may not still be at Clark and Belmont. It was referred to as Punkin' Donuts because before shows it would just be filled with punk rockers and skinheads.
Gone.
It's gone. That sucks.
There's
I think
a Target
I heard
over
that,
there now.
actually. There's a Target?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, that's good.
Oh.
Toilet paper. More
But
important
yeah,
than
so
donuts.
it was when punk rock was dangerous, truly. There weren't many times that I didn't take the train home with a broken nose or a black eye. But I'm feel really blessed to have come up at that time because now, the world is a much, much different place. The worst thing that could happen to you is getting, punched in the face or accidentally elbowed in the mosh pit, the circle pit, as we used to call it. So yeah, I'm very romantic about those times and very glad I got to live through them.
Yeah, I just remember back maybe 98, 99, Fireside Bowl, Empty Bottle, and
Yeah,
eventually graduating
I mean,
to Metro.
I don't think it's an embellish or like to remember that fondly and to like romanticize that period is pretty accurate, I feel. Because the Fireside, I mean, for us, like growing up in the suburbs and having shows, every different hall you could rent. And then when Brian found the Fireside, that was like, that was the place that everybody kind of always dreamed we might have. It was a place all of us could go, hang, see whatever show, play, and it really was magical. So for us to kind of come up in that and the Empty Bottle, like you said, I don't think we ever played Lounge Acts, but going to see shows at Lounge
I used to
Acts.
sneak into Lounge Acts when I was like 16 or 17. I had an ID that said I was 27.
Yeah.
Robert Schultz. I knew my sign. I had everything memorized. I had a story about everything, and the nice people at Lounge Acts and Empty Bottle gave it a look and were like, right away, Sergeant Wormser.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. So I got to see Jawbox at Lounge X. I saw Nirvana at Lounge X on the Bleach tour.
Matt and I set goals for our band at Lounge X
We
after
did.
seeing Superchunk and Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah, you can tell the story.
It was beautiful. What a great show. Neutral Milk Hotel blew me away. I'd never heard of them.
Oh, yeah.
And then we saw Superchunk, and of course they blew us away. And we were, well lubricated by that point. And we were just talking about our group and how fucking amazing it would be if we could just go on tour and play places like Lounge Acts and just have them all filled up.
Yeah, 500 people in the city was like
The dream.
yeah.
And because they were killing it, and they were like our favorite.
Yeah. And at that point, it was, I think, maybe just as, I mean, we're already a band at this point. Well, yeah, of course, because we're talking about, punk rock wasn't really something that we were doing because we thought we would make money off. It was like just as Green Day and Nirvana were, the year punk broke again. It's like 94. So it wasn't soon after that, and we just figured that was an anomaly. But luckily we were wrong.
And goddamn it was recorded for a couple bucks in a couple weeks.
900 of them
It still holds up.
in 10 days.
Well, yeah, I mean, it holds up. Thank you.
That's very kind. Thank you,
It's
sir.
very kind. Would I re-record that record?
In a heartbeat. Sounds
Or
like
at least
shit.
re-sing everything? You can keep the magic of the guitar
No, I think
tones,
that's
but
kind of the magic of it, though. I wouldn't change it in reality.
You wouldn't prefer I sing the background vocals after you sing the leads? Instead of before?
Oh, yeah. Dan had a tour to go on.
I was going on tour with another group. So,
Go ahead.
sang the background vocals.
Before the main vocal.
Anything.
Which, even if you don't, record music, or if you never have, you understand that that's backwards. It's called backup vocals to the main vocal, not forefront vocals.
What we were doing was establishing a precedent for how we would do everything.
Breaking new ground.
We would
Man
do
on the moon bullshit.
Over here is the right decision. Let's go over here.
All right, how about a song?
All right.
Okay.
What are you going to give us?
This is so much fun, though.
Well,
is.
there will be more.
Thanks for being here so bright and early. I mean, maybe it's like noon now. But bars stay open till 5 a.m. or whatever, so.
This city is
They
crazy.
do.
What should we do first?
I don't know. Let's do Blackbird.
All right. That's a good one to start with.